Many fish farmers successfully harvest their fish, but they complain of making little or no profit at all. Most of the case, it is not the price of the fish that is low, or the fish has died and they have not harvested much fish, but it is because of avoidable mistakes that are killing their profit. And if you want to make maximum use or maximum profit in your fish farming, then watch this video careful. This video I'm going to take you through 4 avoidable mistakes that can chop into your profit, where you harvest and they don't make profit. And to begin with these 4 mistakes, what is even profit in the first place? Profit is not about how many fish you have harvested and sold out. Profit is when, after your sales, you have taken out your cost of fish, your cost of fingerlings or fish production, such as feed, such as water, labor, and all this. After you subtract all the costs and you still have money available, that is why that's the time we now say you have made profit, but not how much you have sold. You probably have you probably could sold thousands and millions of CDs, but if you consider how much you have also incurred into it, it is even more. You are just recovering what you have invested, or not even making up to how much you have even invested. So it is important to consider and watch this careful, then you know how to manage to get your profit from day one. The first, and which is very important, has to do with poor feed management and poor feed conversion ratio. This is 2 in 1. Let's break it down for you. Let's start with feed conversion ratio. If I hear this for the first time, this has to do with the amount of body weight the fish has utilized or has used the feed to. For instance, when you give the fish feed and they eat, they don't only just eat. After eating, the feed gives them energy or nutrient, and they convert that to body weight. So the amount of weight that they have gained from eating the feed is the feed conversion ratio. Now, if you have poor feed conversion ratio, it means that your fish will be eating more, but they will not be converting that into body weight. And that is going to be a big loss for you, because you are going to invest so much in feed and gain only little weight. And at the end of the day, you are not going to make profit. Because mind you, we sell the fish based on the weight gain. We put them on the scale, and then the scale will tell how much to sell per kilo. So that means that if your fish has more weight, or if your fish have more weight, we will just put little, just one fish in the scale, and you are getting 1 kilogram or above, and that's you are making more profit. But if they don't have more weight, you are going to put more fish just to get little weight or kilograms, and that is the financial loss that we're talking about. So there's a way you can ensure that your fish are converting the feed you are giving them to body weight, and for that matter, when you sell them, they are going to have weight, and you are going to make profit. And that is bringing us to the feed management that we talk about. Now, try to get as best quality feed as possible, because if the fish feed is not best quality, it's not going to give the fish the required nutrient for them to convert it to body weight, mind you. Also, make sure that you feed them the right quantity, because if you always feed them less, they'll not gain weight. And it is more dangerous if you try to give them more and you overfeed them. Because if you also overfeed them, ammonia will accumulate, oxygen will reduce, and diseases will outbreak, and you can lose your fish. So you need to start the balance. Start the balance between overfeeding and underfeeding. So give them the right quantity. And how do you ensure the right quantity? By feeding them what we call the responsive feeding method. Give them small at a time, observe how they respond to the feed, and you give them more. So that when you notice that they are no more eating or they have slowed down, then you stop. Otherwise, you are going to have issues when you overfeed them. Now, apart from the feed conversion ratio and then the feed management, another very important thing is overstocking your pond. In fact, many beginners think that if you stock more fish in your pond and you harvest more fish and make more profit, but that is not always the case. The consequences of overstocking your fish is that they grow slowly. And for that matter, if you give them feed, they eat, but it doesn't convert to body weight. And it leads to the first thing that we're talking about. And if you overstock them, apart from the feed that they are eating and not converting to body weight, they also compete for oxygen. They also compete for space. And all this is affecting their growth and their health. So if there's a disease outbreak, it's likely to wipe out the entire fish. So what do you do? The best thing to do is to calculate and stock the fish with the right quantity. How do you ensure that? To give you a tip, we stock 10 liters of water to one fish and raise it to 1 kilogram. If you intend to raise your fish to 1 kilogram and above, 10 liters of water to one fish. And how do you do that? You need to calculate to know. You need to know the measurement of your pond and to do the calculation. If you don't know how to do that, please check this very channel. We have made previous video on how to calculate the stocking density of your pond. Then you can do that and you stock your fish the right way and you are going to be good. Now, if you identify the best way to stock them and stock them the right way, you are going to make the best out of your fish and you are going to make profit. If you also stock them, that means that you have given less than the capacity, then you are also going to leave a lot of profit also on the table. So always calculate it to know the best stocking density is very important. The third thing, which is also important, is no grading or no sorting. A lot of fish farmers, they stock their fish to harvest, they never grade or sort their fish. And if you don't know this, sorting has to do with separating the fish according to their sizes or according to similar characteristics. In this context, we are talking about sizes. When you store the fish, you store them the first day. All the fish will be stored the same day, but their growth will never be the same. Some will always grow bigger, some will always grow smaller. And the consequences is that those growing bigger, they'll always consume more feed and they're growing. And those growing smaller, they're not getting more feed and they will keep not growing. So at the end of the day, when you're going to harvest, they will not have uniform size. The small one will not give you more weight. Apart from even that, cannibalism in terms of catfish is going to be high because the bigger fish will always sometimes turn the small fish to feed or to eat. And that you are also losing another fish, and that is losing profit. So make sure that once a while, at least twice or once, at least once in the life cycle of your production, sort your fish or grade your fish. And to do that, it is easy to do that if you have more than one pond. That's why we always recommend that if you are starting your fish farm, especially catfish, try to build with two fish ponds and stock them so you can do sorting easily. If you're having one pond, it is good to sort them because if you sort them, where are you to keep them separated? So sorting, not sorting or not grading your fish is a mistake that can cost you financially, and you are not going to make more profit. The last thing and the fourth one, which is why and most people overlook that, and also very important, is not keeping financial records. In fact, there are a lot of people when you go to their farm and you ask them, they don't know how much they have invested into their farm, how much fish or how many fish died, they don't know. So as a matter of fact, you need to keep proper financial records. How much you have invested in setting up the farm, please keep that down. How much feed, how many bags of feed you have spent, keep that down. And how much money you have spent in the feed, keep that down. Your labor cost, write it down. Your water, write it down. Electricity, write it down. Mortality, if the fish are dying, all are financial, write it down. Anything that you incur loss to the farm, write it down. So at the end of the day, you will know how much you have spent into the farm. And after you have made your harvest and you have made your sale and you compare, you subtract your cost from your sales, then how much is left is your profit. If after subtracting the cost from the sale and you have a negative number, that means you have made loss. If you have zero, no profit at all. So if you don't have that financial record, it is going to be difficult to track whether you're actually making profit or not. And financial records keeping, not only that, is also very helpful to track your progress and also to help you in future decision making. And also when you're looking for funds, sometimes this helps. So make sure that you keep records and that is going to guide you. My name is Abdulaziz Isa. I'm a fish farmer and I has been supporting people establishing and set up their farm successful. And I've also been training people to be successful in their fish farming journey. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you want to learn freely, check out our complete free course on the end screen or in the description, and click on the link and you watch our completely free YouTube video or course that will teach you everything you need to know to be successful in your fish farming journey. And if you want our service, please contact us. We'll set it up for you. Thanks you for watching. Please share, like, comment, and please, if you have faced any of these 4 mistakes, put it in the comment section. Let's know what mistake you have faced, and let's see how we can help you out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.